Hi there. I had the chance to check out the 6 guiding principles for CRM adoption session hosted by Salesforce at Dreamforce. And if you haven't had the chance to check it out, I highly recommend it. Really, really useful information in there. For today, I'd like to focus in on 3 of the most important, I would say, from my perspective, and sort of share my thoughts. Principle number 1, prepare for change management. Sounds obvious. Of course, you want to prepare for change management, but how so? A couple of things that they were talking about in the session that I found really important is, considering including your naysayers in the project. People's default is to say, okay, well, I have this person over here who's sort of a champion, who understands the processes, their perfect voice for requirements, but they tend to forget the naysayers. The naysayers have they bring a lot of value to a project. First of all, making sure that they're heard can turn a naysayer into a champion. But furthermore, you start to gather some requirements that you wouldn't really get out of somebody who's a little bit more excited about moving to a platform like Salesforce. So a lot of value in including them within the project, and something that's often overlooked. Principle number 2 is demonstrate leadership buy-in. So of course, leading by example is very important. That's kind of an obvious one. But some of the tips and tricks that we typically recommend is, having a bit of an attitude where if it's not in Salesforce, it didn't happen, right? So making sure that your reps are actually logging their opportunities. That's a fully, filled out opportunity page prior to, seeking discount approval or whatever it might be. The other one that's super important is actually having your pipeline reviews in the application. So whether it's, the opportunity page open, you leveraging a report or a dashboard, really just kind of driving some of those meetings in the application goes a long way. Principle number 6 is train, learn, and repeat. We want to be very careful about making sure that training isn't an afterthought. We think about that very early in the project. Everyone has a different learning style. So we want to think about things like how comfortable are the users at learning new tools? How do you want to break up sessions into sizes that are a little bit more bite-sized to make sure that you're retaining their attention? What kind of leave behinds are required? Thinking about, hands-on versus, the mix between hands-on versus in-class sessions, right? So having appropriate planning around your training strategy is important to increase user adoption. Now, those are the 3 topics that I would say are top of mind for me, not to say that the other ones aren't important. So definitely go check out that session. The one thing that isn't really mentioned is kind of the timing around it, right? You want to think about your change management strategy early in the project before you even get into your design sessions. So then, you can kind of have your change management strategy in mind as you engage in each of the steps of the project, right? From design to the build, your demos, user acceptance testing, and of course, your training strategy, right? So having that change management plan before the project really kicks off is really important, or at the very beginning of the project is very important.